Hey everyone, it's been 27 years. It's took me 27 years for the kids to start listening to what I've got to say. Did you have that problem with your kids? There we are, there's the first 10 seconds over, and people will have clicked away because they don't want to hear about it. Retention is a real problem today when it comes to concentration and listening to things. But yeah, the two boys, they've now started listening to what I've got to say, and they've now started coming up and asking questions and wanting my opinion only. I'm not dictating to them. I'm just saying you could do this and the risks associated to it are this and things like that. But they're now starting to listen to the father. It's took me 27 years for them to start listening. It is what it is. I should really be wearing my cap, my World War I pilot's cap and my goggles, but I'm not today. Let's wait for the dog. Come on. Come on. Say hello to Susie. There she is. Come on, Susie. So, interesting experience. I always thought I was an old fart, and people really don't listen to old farts, especially the younger people. And I had an interesting experience a few days ago. Went into the local fish and chip shop in Eccleshall, and there was a young guy, probably about 14, working behind the counter, taking the money and all that, and he seemed a really nice guy. And I just got talking to him as the food was being cooked fresh. And I said to him, like old folk do to younger people, I said, what's your aspiration? What do you want to do? And he said he wanted to be a train driver. I said, oh, that's great. I said, the only problem, and I'm shortening this conversation down, the only problem with train drivers is they will be replaced soon by technology. If you go across Europe, most of the trains are driverless now, using technology, and it certainly isn't artificial intelligence. They're using proper technology. So, proper technology. Can you imagine artificial intelligence being in aeroplanes? Really? Interesting fact. People that have businesses that have got rid of people because of artificial intelligence. Currently, in January 2026, of those people that made people redundant, they are now bringing the people back. 55% of the workforce has been brought back because artificial intelligence just did not do what it was expected. However, that's another subject. Talking to this young lad, train driver, and I said to him, you do realise that, over the next 10 years, most of the trains will be driverless. And he said, oh. I said, so if you're 14, by the time you're 24 and trained up, there might be an opportunity where you're actually redundant in a skill. So if you know me, I have a slice of aviation background. And I said to him, why don't you become a helicopter pilot? And his eyes lit up as if I'd just opened an opportunity to him. And he said, a helicopter pilot? I said, yeah. I said, technology will not take over them for a good few decades. I said, you've probably got a good security regarding a job if you were a helicopter pilot. Isn't it dangerous? He said. Dangerous? I said, well, everything's dangerous. Crossing the road's dangerous, but there are a level of risks that you have to manage. And he said, oh. And I said, you'll have a great career being a helicopter pilot. And his eyes sparkled up, and what are the schools teaching the kids of today? What are the schools teaching the kids of today and giving them aspirations? you know, I'm guessing that I'm guessing that they're all desperate to be footballers and things like that, of which the chance of being a professional footballer is lower than that of lower than that. Hi there, how are you? Good. Is lower than that of winning the national lottery. But someone has to do it, yeah. That some, you know, to be on £1 million a month or a week, the chances of that are incredibly low. Incredibly low. Come on, Susie. Incredibly low. But, you know, do you really want to earn £1 million a week? I don't know. I'd like to, actually. In the latter years of your life, can you imagine that? And then just retire after a few years. That would be nice. Let's have a look. What's happening behind me? Here we go. Let's turn round. Hi there. Hello. Yeah. Here's the farmers coming. Just remember, if it isn't for these guys, you wouldn't have any food on your plate. Come on, Susie. Come on. Come on, Suze. Come on, don't start flicking muck all over you. Where were we? The reality of work in the future. Helicopter pilot. Anyway, his eyes lit up. And it's like, you know, a bulb had just lit in his head. And maybe he'll go back to his mum and dad. And he sounded, you know, reasonably intelligent. He didn't sound like an idiot. And maybe he'll go back and his parents will say, oh, how do you do that? And then they'll realise that you can start learning to fly aircraft, including helicopters, at any age. It's not like driving a car. But you can't be classed as piloting command until you are, well, when I was flying it was 17. I don't know what it is now, maybe it's 18, but it's somewhere around that. It is somewhere around that. And that, you know, if he's 14 and they spend, come on girl, they spend a few £1,000 over a year or two and he gets his private pilot's licence, that will set him in good stead for joining the Royal Navy or the Royal Air Force. And while he's in the Royal Air Force, they will pay for him to build up a reasonable degree, a proper degree, a science degree, not one of these ridiculous degrees, a meaningful degree. Come on, Susie. This way. Stay on this side. What do you think? You tell me your thoughts. I can't believe that the kids have now started to listen to me on what I've got to say. Quite unbelievable. Are your kids listening to you? Dunno. Oh, goodness me. I'm testing out the mic mini, the DJI mic mini, with the DJI 360. Hopefully it won't shut down. Hi there, how are you?
Fine, how are you?
Yeah, not bad. And that's another thing as well. People actually talk to each other in this part of the world. I know we're in a small village. It's actually classed as a town, but it's a village. And from a scale perspective. And people actually talk. And hopefully that kid, I'm going to pop into the chip shop again. And if he's there, I shall ask him. I shall say, did you go have a word with your mum and dad about your opportunities of being a helicopter pilot? What do you think? As long as you're good at maths and English and sciences, you can do it. What's your thoughts? Did you ever have an aspiration to be a pilot? I always did. Always did. And I remember my teachers at my school said I was a waste of time. It's amazing. Now I'm thinking of the Pink Floyd video of what is it? What's the track called? We don't need no education. It's just like a factory for people coming out. Anyway, we won't get into that and my thoughts on that. But it is true. It's just a factory, just rubber stamping humans ready to be massive taxpayers. That's all it is. Anyway, that's another subject, maybe on another video. Hope you enjoyed this video. Hope it was thought-provoking. If you ride safely. If you drive safely as well, and stop being distracted by all the technology in your motor car. Have a great day. Put your comments below. What's your thoughts? Give the video a like. Do subscribe if you're not. For those that are subscribed, thank you very much. It's much appreciated. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.